Okay, thought we'd do another little soap carving today. I want to thank everybody for the prayers that have been said for me, and as of the moment, I'm basically I'm not able to go to work right now because of my neck and my arm. But going to the orthopedic surgeon the other day, he did find that my MRI showed not only do I have arthritis in my neck, but where the nerve problem is he said it didn't show it on the x-rays, but on the MRI it did show that I have it's called C7 vertebra, or whatever it is somewhat herniated, bulging, and is on the nerve. And he says he's almost sure that's where it's coming from. The next step is basically, I know because I can't hardly do anything, that my neck and arm doesn't just kill me. The next thing is the insurance will approve, or is going to approve, a epidural, which is of course the shots in that area. And if that doesn't work, then surgery is next. But you have to go through the process according to the insurance company and everything like that. So I'll be having an epidural pretty soon, and to see if that can't give some relief. I don't know if it will work. I hope it does. Pray it will, just to be able to get back to work. But we'll see. If not, then surgery is the only other option to go to then. But you have to go through the channels, of course, with the insurance companies. I've gotten even worse today concerning, as for me, I would have the surgery and get it off of the nerve, but unfortunately with insurance companies you can't always do that. So anyway, we can still work on some soap and work with okay, let's we've done a couple of figures, soap figures, but we're going to do one with a hat this time. And let me get a drop this in and everything. But I do appreciate the prayers that everybody has said for me, and I do appreciate that, and everything that we've come with. Basically, we just do the best we can. Okay, now of course when we start, we begin to remove the sides. We sort of square it up, in other words. We just sort of square the sides up like this to actually, these little figures, believe it or not, I didn't think they would even catch on, but a lot of people wrote me and wanted to learn how to do it. Then I go to the back here and I sort of square this up back here. The only thing is that you are limited when you carve soap and they're not as sturdy. Of course, you have to be a lot careful because you can break it a lot easier with but as of date we have quite a I've carved some little figures. Alright, let's get the zest off of here. So that's just sort of prerequisite here for working with our piece. Alright, now of course, we want to flatten off the end here for the where the feet will be, so that it will have a good surface. And then we sort of just take down here and cut, well, about 1/4 of an inch up, and that's where our feet's going to be. So let's go ahead and set that in there. Okay, that's where our feet's going to be. And of course we can go ahead and separate it just a little bit right now. I have had a lot of people write me, even carvers write me and want to have one of these little figures just to look at. And I know soap is an unusual item to work with, but children have been working with it for years. But you can also find out that you can do some more intricate type figures with soap as we look at it. Okay, now let's go ahead and begin to work on getting our situation here. Okay, we're going to come down a lot lower. And take off. Here we go. Excuse me for 1 minute. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Had to grab something here. Okay. All right, now what I want to do is sort of to come at an angle like this for the head. In other words, see what we're doing here? If we have to come down even further, we can, where your figure would sort of look like this, in other words. Okay? Now what we want to do is kind of thin this up right in here. Alright, I'm going to put this a little bit further down because I've got to get here we go, where we're going to put a hat on him. So what we want to do, I'd like to come down about this far, or what I want to do is see how far I can. So I'm going to take a little bit off here. And a little bit off here, okay? Now what I'm doing is I'm kind of measuring the top of my hat here. a little bit, because I want to bring it up. I want to make this like a little hillbilly. So I'm bringing it even further because I can bring this area right here down even more, in other words. If the bars were a little bit longer, it would be even better. because I can really, so I'm going to kind of do this, and I'm going to bring it down a little bit further. And I'm going to bring it down even a little bit further. And I'll show you what I'm doing. Like that. Now, let me go ahead and bring this even further down. I know it looks like something's just on top of his head, but actually that's going to be the point that we're looking at here. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I want the hat to kind of come this way, kind of come up like this and then come down like this, okay? That's what I want. And then the face will be somewhere in here, okay? And this will go across like this. We remove this. And this will go across like this. Okay, see that? Where this will be basically up here. The hat. Okay. Now, of course, this will all have to come down quite a bit to make it even, or to add on to the, but it's just sort of like this if you look at it. And then we can push the face further up. Like that. Okay. We're going to take a little bit more off in this area. And as you can see, this will have to be thinned up quite a bit in here to do the figure, in other words. And my time's about up, so let me let's leave it at that right here, and we'll come back to it. Okay.